Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is John and this is your Modern Tech Breakdown. Today I'm looking at Meta's latest clever technique to track you across the web. Let's jump into it. Alright, before I get into the details of the story, it's important to know what localhost is. I know pretty much everybody in the audience knows what that is, but for anyone unfamiliar, localhost is a feature of most operating systems that is usually helpful for programmers. It's a special address for an internal loopback. Specifically, let's imagine you're developing a web app. It would be nice to not have to load up your software on an external server every time you want to test your code. Localhost is a way for you to connect to your application locally on your own machine to run your application. You basically launch your app and then head to your browser and put localhost in the address bar, and voila, you're connected to the application that you're working on. And well, apparently this was something that apps on Android could do. I didn't know that. I've never developed an Android app, but that's rather interesting. It is possible on Android for an app to listen on a localhost port for incoming connections on the phone. For example, Chrome on Android can connect via localhost to an installed application, provided that the application is set up to do that. And here is where Meta got clever. Meta exploited this feature to enable tracking users across the web and installed apps. Here's how it works. First, the user installs the Facebook or Instagram app on their phone. Then the installed app will start listening on localhost for incoming connections. Then at some point, the user will inevitably visit a web page that has Facebook marketing installed on it, meaning that the web page has the Meta Pixel script installed. The Meta Pixel script then sends web cookie data to the native app that is listening on localhost. Now Meta can connect your identity from the installed app with the website visit without you even knowing about it. So now Meta has enriched its marketing data and connect your web surfing with your Meta account. It's not clear to me if this still works if you're logged out of the app, but regardless, it's still being done without the user's knowledge. In the past, this sort of marketing tracking was accomplished by using an advertising ID provided by the operating system, but in 2021, that functionality became less reliable as users could opt out of it. And what's interesting is that I think Meta has indicated that they know that this is a sensitive topic because they removed this capability as soon as it became known that this was happening. Meta is obviously trying to avoid a full-blown PR disaster and may have a bigger issue on its hands, as this functionality seems like it might be a violation of the Google Play Store policy, which prevents covert data collection. So that's the story. Meta's doing Meta things. I wish I could say it was surprising, but it's really not. Meta is definitely not concerned about user privacy. In fact, you could argue that their entire business model is based on violating user privacy. That's a strong statement, and it's certainly debatable, but it's not too far from the truth in my opinion. But that's all I have for you on this one. As always, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you next time.